All right, welcome everybody to the SWU Sports Network for the women's volleyball match between the Chowan Hawks and the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors. As Chowan Hawks coming into this match 6-20 on the season, and Southern Wesleyan coming in at 1-18. It is senior night here for the Warriors, and we'd like to honor our two seniors. First up is Jessie Souls. She is number 2, and she's the libero for the Warriors. She's from Pickens, South Carolina. She attended Pickens High School and played for Carolina 1 Volleyball Club. She is a media communications major and will be graduating in May. And she is the daughter of Steve and Kelly Souls. And our second senior that we'll be honoring tonight is Ashlyn Holford. Ashlyn hails from Easley, South Carolina. She attended Pickens High School and played for Carolina 1 Volleyball Club. She is a pre-med major and will be graduating in May. She's the daughter of Phil and Wendy Holford. Please stick around after the match and help us celebrate these amazing young women with a full senior celebration. We're about to get started with the first set here. The Warriors are mainly in blue, and Chowan is mainly in white. The liberos are wearing white and a darker blue. So we'll get started here in just a second. The senior Jessie Souls will serve first. Here we go. There's the serve. The Hawks set it up. They get it over. Amber Bass is there. Now Sexton with the setup back to Bass. And that'll be a score for the Warriors. A good start for the Warriors here on senior night. Jessie Souls with another serve. She goes. The Hawks with the setup. And Souls hits it back over the net. Chowan tries again, but it's blocked by Ashlyn Holford. So the seniors are getting involved early. And the Warriors now up 2-0. The Hawks race to it. They get it over the net, and now a hit in. That was behind Amber Bass, Christina Pino. And substitution will come in for the Hawks. That is number 13, Hadley Prince. And she'll serve for the Hawks. There's a serve. Pino makes a diving effort, and Bass spikes it down. The Hawks able to get it back over and off of Amber Bass. They'll get the point now, 2-2 here in the first set. Prince again now. Pino's there. Sexton with the setup to Holford, and it gets past the block attempt. Score for the Warriors, and Emily Ellis will check in for the Warriors as Christina Pino go to the bench. And now Amber Bass with the serve. The Hawks set it up on that far side, but they hit it out. That makes it 4-2 Warriors. Here's Amber Bass again. Goes over, a setup, and it'll go off of Bass and off the goal, and the Warriors keep it alive. That went off of the basketball goal for a second, but Holford blocks it. We're still going here. Sexton with the setup to Holford, but she will not get enough air on that one, and it hits the net. That'll be a point for the Hawks. And now serving for the Hawks is number 12, Natalia Vega Ponte. She serves it over. Byers is there. Sexton keeps it alive, and Emily Ellis puts it over. Now Hawks with the setup down the middle, and it goes off of Amber Bass. Now make it 4-4. Both teams trading by twos with points. To start us off. That goes over. Byers is there. Sexton to Holford. And she sent a rocket over. It hits the ceiling. And the Warriors keep it alive. Ellis now. It gets blocked, but it goes out. So that'll be a point for the Warriors. And Byers will come out for Brown. And Ashley Sexton will serve. She gets it over. Goes to the side a little bit. Chowan tracks it down, and they put it over. And a miscommunication with the Warriors on that one. And that drops in. Here's the Hawks again. Now number 4, Anne-Marie Calara with the serve. And that will hit in, and that will be a Warrior point. National Holford will serve as Riley Young checks in and Jesse Souls checks out. As the score is 6-5. There's a serve from Holford. Hawks with the setup. And it'll drop in. Now it'll tie us up here. Substitution comes in for Chowan. That'll be number 14, Madison Hall. Now the serve from Anixa Rosa Martinez. And now Bass is there. Sexton with the setup to Ellis. And she's going to score it. A beautiful setup there by the Warriors. Christina Pino will check in. And okay, now Christina Pino checks in. Emily Ellis will head to the bench. There's a serve. It gets over. The Hawks with the setup. It gets blocked. And again, Brown puts it back over the net. Excuse the voice crack, folks. And Pino will serve again. He gets over. Now the Hawks will set it up. Gets over the block. And it's scored by the Hawks. So now Warriors lead by 1 with number 24, Chloe Putnam for the serve. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup. Back to Bass. She'll put it over. Chowan keeps it alive. And that block attempt went across the net for a little bit, but drops in Warrior on the Warrior side of the court. And now we're back with another tie. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup. Riley Young puts it over. And a good adjustment there by Chowan, and they keep it alive. Now Jesse Souls with set up to Bass. Gets over the net. We got ourselves a little rally potentially going. The Warriors keep it alive. Bass again. And Chowan now tries again. And Pino keeps it alive. Sexton. And Bass puts it over again. And now the Hawks try again. Sexton is there. Souls. And Bass. And it will go off Chowan, and that would be a Warrior point. That was a great rally. Now the Warriors retake the lead. As Byers checks back in. So we got a good crowd here for senior night. Love the turnout. Chowan with the setup, they get it over. Sexton, the Souls. And now Bass again, it gets blocked. And Pino is there. And Bass will put it over again. Now Chowan again. And Pino is not able to get there in time. So we're back with another tie. It's a lot of trading blows. And Chowan makes some substitutions, putting in number 15, Ciara Ortega. And number 4, and Marie Calara. And Sexton with the setup to Young. She puts it over. Now Chowan puts it over. Souls is there. Sexton now with the setup. Amber Bass gets blocked by number 22, Nia Powers. Now Chowan with the 1-point lead. Now Byers, Sexton, Bass will put it over and score it as it was inside. And Jesse Souls now again with another serve. Now Souls serves it over. And Chowan, Souls was there, and the Warriors put it over. That was Byers. Now another setup. The Warriors, Sexton, and Holford puts it over. And the Hawks try to catch the Warriors off guard. And Amber Bass will score it. They're going to say it's tipped off of the Hawks. So that'll be a Warrior point. And Souls again tries to drop it in. And that will land in. And so we're back at another tie. (11-11). Now, Hadley Prince again with the serve for the Hawks. Byers is there. Sexton. Now Holford. She gets blocked. Sexton keeps it alive. Pino puts it back over. Now the Hawks will try again. And it gets blocked by Holford. It might have hit the ceiling. And the Warriors keep it alive. Souls with the pass. The Bass. And scored for the Warriors. Now Amber Bass will serve. As Pino checks out. There's a serve. Now the setup from the Hawks, and Souls was there. And Holford almost scored it. And that was score in for the Hawks. Good setup there. Now 12-12. Byers is there. Sexton with the setup to Holford. And they're going to say that was out. So now the Hawks get another lead. There's a serve. Byers is there. Sexton with the setup to Ellis. And now Chowan tries to get a setup. It goes off Byers. Souls was there. She makes a great play on the ball. And Holford puts it back over. And now set up down the middle. They're going to say it hit in. But she did not get there in time. And now Chowan working with the 2-point lead. There's a serve. Byers is there again. Sexton with the setup to Ellis. She gets blocked. Now Chowan finding a little bit of momentum here. As Ponte is ready to serve this one over. Now it'll be hit out. So Warriors get it back. And Brown will check in. Ashley Sexton with the serve. And Chowan puts it over. Sexton makes the diving effort. And Brown's there. Sexton again, and Souls puts it over. Now Hawks try again on that side, and they're blocked! as both Tiana Brown and Ashlyn Holford were in the area. I couldn't tell which one blocked it, but they were both there. They certainly made a wall right there. There's a serve again from Sexton. It almost dropped in. He gets over the block. Sexton was there. Souls puts it back over to Bass. Now the Hawks put it over the block attempt, and that'll be hit out by the Warriors. Now 16-14. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup to Holford! And she puts it down with authority. Now trim it back down to a 1-point game. Holford will serve it here in just a second as well. Here's Holford again. She puts it over. The Hawks with the setup. Ellis is there, and the Warriors will hit that out as they couldn't get it back over the net. And now Chowan back with it. Here's the serve. Souls is there. Sexton with the setup to Ellis. Almost dropped in, and Brown tries to put it back over. Bass is there, and Ellis puts it over. Now the Hawks try again. Bass is there. Sexton now the setup back to Ellis. He gets hit up in the air. And they're going to say that was a double hit by the Hawks. So score for the Warriors. Christina Pino will be checked in, and Emily Ellis will come out. Pino will serve. Now the Hawks with the setup. Sexton was there. The Souls will set up to Bass. The Hawks are there. They'll set it up again. Sexton was there. Souls now Brown. Got ourselves a little rally going. And Pino tried to get to that one, but it will drop in for Chowan. There's a serve. It'll go off a Bass, and that would be an ace. Now Chowan working with one of their biggest leads in the night. Now 19-16. Sexton with the setup to Bass, and the block will go out. So that'll be scored for the Warriors. As Byers checks in. And there's serve. And Chowan gets to it. They set it up again, and it'll be hit out. So now the Warriors trim it back down to 1. And a couple of substitutions will come in for the Hawks. That's Ortega and Calero. There's a serve from Byers. She barely gets it over the net. And Byers is there. The Warriors keep it alive. Young gets it out of there. Now set up. And out get past Bass. Now 20-18 for the Hawks. There's the serve. Pino's there. Sexton with the setup to Bass. Down the middle and off the ceiling. And that's a Todd Singer point right there. Here at the Todd Singer Gym, we got quite a low ceiling. Sometimes it can be a friend and sometimes it can be a foe. That time for the Warriors, it was a friend. And just Souls puts it over. Now the setup, and Bass is there. And it went straight to the ground after she hit it. And Pino's there. Souls puts it up to Holford. She puts it over. Now set up again. Now be hit out. And now Pino will be checked out and Emily Ellis will come in. It's only a 1-point game right now. With the Amber Bass ready to serve. Now there's the setup. It gets blocked. Now the Hawks try again and it got blocked, but it will hit in on the Warriors. Now here comes the serve from Ponte. Byers is there. Sexton with the setup to Holford. And now Sexton keeps it alive. Byers with the setup over to Ellis, and it gets blocked, and Warriors couldn't do much with that one. Now 2 points away from a set point. The Warriors will call a timeout. Now to look at some stats here so far in this match. The Hawks have higher hitting percentage than the Warriors right now.
This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
But the Warriors have done a good job of not committing any errors of any kind. So far, Chowan's only had one, so both teams not just giving the ball away to the other team. So close match so far here in the first set. It's a 3-point game. Certainly anything can happen here. Like I said earlier, tonight is senior night. So after today's match, we'll keep the stream going. We'll honor our two seniors, Jessie Souls and Ashlyn Holford. Now Chowan gets ready to serve here. They put it over. Never mind, they actually didn't. As it will hit the net. So service error. And now Ashley Sexton will look to serve. She puts it over. Now Chowan with the setup, and it will drop in off of the tip. And now this will be set point for the Hawks. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup to Holford. It gets blocked. Sexton's there. The Souls will hit it to the other side where Ellis is. And now Bass is there again. Sexton with the setup to Ellis. She puts it back over. And the Hawks, they will put that in there. And they'll win the first set, 25-21. And we'll take a short break here before we go to the second set. And let's look at some individual stat leaders we got here so far. As leader in kills for the game is Ashlyn Holford with 7. And the leader for Chowan is Martinez with 5.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend, one who believes that good times call for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
Leads in assist. So far, for the longest time, that was a pretty even first set between the Warriors and the Hawks. So It's looking to be an exciting second set, too, here in just a minute as well. Be about 2 minutes until we get back to second set. And it's looking like a fun match. All right, we're about to get back going here. The teams return to the court. And Justice Souls will check in, and Riley Young will check out before we start this second set. Seems to be a wet spot on the floor, so that's cleaned up. All right, here we go. There's a serve. Byers is there. Sexton with the setup. Bass puts it over, and Chowan keeps it alive for a second, and they put it back over. And now Holford puts it over, and it'll be hit in. It went off of the Chowan defender. And it seems there's still a wet spot on the floor, but that's going to be a point for the Warriors. Here's the serve from Amber Bass. And Souls makes a great play on it. And the Warriors kept it alive. They put it back over. The Hawks. Bass is there. Goes off the net. And Ellis is not able to play off of it. So now 1-1 start to this second set. There's a serve. Byers is there. Ellis keeps it alive. And that's put back over. And that'll be tipped away and knocked in. And so that'll be a point for the Hawks. The Hawks put it over, and that'll be out. A little bit too much sauce. Now Brown checks in. There's a serve. Now the Hawks set it up. Souls is there. Sexton with the setup. Ellis gets blocked, but it's right at the net. And it gets back in our Warriors side, and Sexton set it up to Holford. It's again up in the air. And they're going to say that's going to be a Hawk point. Here's the serve. Ellis is there. Sexton with the setup back to Ellis. And it gets past the block attempt. Score for the Warriors. Riley Young gets checked back in. Jesse Souls goes back to the bench. Nash and Holford with the serve. There's the serve. Now the setup from the Hawks. It gets blocked by Allison Young. By joint committee. Here's the serve from Holford. Now the setup from the Hawks. He just blocked again. As Brown and Young were there. And that got over the block that time. And Amber Bass will put it back over. Now Hawks will try again. It is blocked by Riley Young. It is blocked again. And the Warriors, with a valiant effort there, they couldn't get it back over. So this will be back to the tie game, 4-4. A couple of blocks there. See if the Warriors can keep that up. That defensive effort as Souls puts it over, almost drops in. And Souls keeps it alive. And Bass puts it back on the Hawks side. Ellis is there. Sexton with the setup to back to Ellis. It gets blocked, but they're going to say that was 4 hits on the Warriors. That gets it over. Souls was there. Sexton keeps it alive, and Souls puts it back over. And it's blocked again. And that was a tough one to play for Riley Young. And so that'll be a point for the Hawks. Gets over. Souls is there. Sexton with the setup. Young puts it over. And it gets blocked again by Young. Young is having herself a game. That puts the lead down to 1 for Chowan. Now here's the serve from Pino. Gets over. Now the Hawks with the setup. And it gets tipped, and Souls is not able to hit it back up. Now Chowan with another serve here from Martinez. Here's the serve. It goes off to Pino off the wall. So that'll be an ace. Here's the serve. Pino was targeted again, but she's able to get it right back in the air, and almost Amber Bass got that over the net. This is quite awkward. Now Chowan with a 4-point lead. There's serve. That time Amber Bass was targeted. Went backward a little bit. Bass keeps it alive. Now the setup. And that will be scored easily by Chowan. That was Hayden Ehlers on that play. Or Ehlers, I think, on the play. And so Sexton now with a setup. The Bass on the other side. Now Hawks again. Gets tipped, and Souls is not able to get to it. Now the Hawks dealing with pretty solid lead, 11-5, and the Warriors call a timeout. So a lot of balls are not going the Warriors' way here in the second set. As the hitting percentage has gone down for the Warriors. And even though they've added 2 blocks, that hasn't helped them very much in the end. With Chowan staying diligent, staying on their feet even when the Warriors block their shots. And both teams have 2 attack errors so far in the set. So we'll see how the rest of this set goes as where both teams come back to the court. Here's the serve. And it goes off the net. And Sexton now with the setup. Bass puts it over. Now the Hawks get blocked again. And another block by Bass. Gets blocked again. Souls is there. Sexton now with the setup. And Bass gets blocked though. That was 24 Putnam. I was there on that play for the Hawks. There's the serve. Souls is there. Sexton down with the setup to Bass. She almost got that one as it goes back onto. As it went off the ceiling, it would have gone over to the Warriors side, but it went back to Chowan's, and so that will be a Warriors point. Like I said, the Ty Singer ceiling can be a friend or a foe. So there's a setup from Chowan, and it gets blocked. Riley Young and Amber Bass were there. I think she understood her assignment today. There's a serve from Byers. Chowan's there now with a setup, and it will get past the Warriors. So now, serve here from Putnam. Byers is there, but it goes off of her. So now, the Hawks dealing with a 7-point lead. There's a serve. Ellis is there. Young keeps it alive. And Bass puts it over. And Souls is there. Sexton now. And Bass puts it over, and it's in. It'll be a Warrior point. And Ashton Holford checks back in. Riley Young checks out. Now here's Souls. She puts it over. Now the setup hits Byers in the face, it looked like, but the Warriors got it back over. And Ellis makes a great play. And the Warriors stay alive. Byers is there. Sexton now with the setup to Holford. And she scores it. What a play by the Warriors. And Chowan will put in 2 subs. Now Jesse Souls with the serve. There's the serve. Now there's the setup. And that will hit in down the line for the Hawks. There's the serve. And that will hit in as Byers misjudges it. Now here's the serve from the Hawks. And Byers sits to the Sexton over the Holford. Now it's up here at the net as Ellis sits it up in the air. And now Amber Bass tries to place this over. And Byers is there, Souls. And Bass gets blocked and off of Byers. So now 17-9 lead for the Hawks as another wet spot on the floor. And they're just going to go ahead and take a timeout here. It's 17-9. Now looking like the prettiest of sets for the Warriors. Hitting percentage has gone up for the Warriors, but Chowan with 4 service aces. That has been the defining part of this set. Excuse me, that was in the whole game. In the set, I don't think there's been any aces. Wait, there's been 3. Excuse me. Now the Warriors get back to the court, and so do the Hawks. All right, the Hawks now with the serve. Here comes Ortega. Byers hits it, then Bass, and then Holford puts it over. And good placement on that one. And so the Warriors will get the point. Here's the serve from Amber Bass. It's set up. It gets blocked, and it will hit out. He's right down that line. Here's the serve from Chowan. Byers is there. Now Sexton. Ellis will put it over. Now Chowan working the other side, and he gets blocked, but it'll hit out. Now Chowan with a chance to make it a double-digit lead here. And he'll be hit out into the stands. And so now 20-10. There's the serve. Souls is there. Sexton now. And Holford puts it over. Now the Hawks, it gets blocked again. And Byers is there. Sexton keeps it alive, and Ellis puts it over. And Byers is not able to get to that one. So that'll be a Hawks point. There's the serve. Pass is there. Sexton with the setup. Holford puts it over. Now be tipped, and they're going to call that a Hawks point, as they're going to say that she went over the net. That's what I'm going to guess it is. Souls goes off first. Sexton with the setup. Ellis will score it. That'll hit in. Ponte could not get to it. Now Ashley Sexton with the serve. Here's the serve. And that will drop in front of Amber Bass. Now 2 points away from the set point for the Hawks. Here's the serve. Ellis is there. Sexton with the setup. Holford! It will go off of Ortega. So that'll be a Warrior point. Souls will check out. Here's the serve. And it will not make its way over the net. Now we got a set point. It's over. Ellis is there. Sexton with the setup. Back to Ellis. And now the Hawks will try to put it over. And Sexton does the same thing right back. And right down the middle, Putnam had an open lane there, and she took it. And so that'll be set number 2. Chowan up 2-0. And we'll take a short break here. And in just a minute, we'll come back here on the SWU Sports Network. I'm Layton Story. We'll be back.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Welcome back here on the SWU Sports Network. So we're about to get started with our third set here. Let's talk about real quick our stats leaders so far here through 3 sets. Your leader in kills overall is Amber Bass with 9 for the Warriors, and the leader for the Chowan Hawks is Madison Hall. And your leader in assists, it's a tie with both teams. Ashley Sexton has 18 and Ortega has 18 as well. So we're about to get started. Both teams back on the court. Here we go with the third set. And Jessie Souls with the serve. Here she is. She gets over. Now the Hawks put it over, but it gets hit out by Pino. And so the Hawks, first 2 sets, they started off slow, but they'll get the first point this time. And it goes off Pino. Now Sexton to Holford. And Holford blocks it back down. So now 1-1 start. Now Amber Bass will serve. Now the Hawks with the setup. Ellis is there. Sexton as well. And Amber Bass will put it back over. Now the setup from the Hawks. Bass is there again. Sexton down with the setup to Ellis. And that will head its way into the stands. And so that will be a Warrior point. They'll take the lead. Here's the serve from Amber Bass. And it hits the net. Almost still went over. And the block attempt just drops. And so that'll be a Chowan point. Now Ponte. She puts it over. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup. Holford puts it over. Now Chowan will try again, and it gets blocked, and it will make its way out. And now there's a serve. Bass is there. Sexton's able to handle it, and Holford tries to drop it in. Now there's a setup, and it gets tipped by Holford, but it will drop in. Here's a serve. Souls is there. Now Sexton to Holford, and it gets blocked right back down. The Hawks with a 5-2 start here in the third set. Trying to end it here in this set. Here's the serve. Souls is there. Sexton with the setup, and Ellis put it down the line, and they're going to say it was out. Here's the serve. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup. And Ellis puts it over. And the Hawks keep it alive. And another spike attempt went. And it's hit right back in the air. The Warriors keep it alive. And I don't know how many tip attempts that Calero had right there. But she had about a whole day's worth right there. And she finally got the point. There's the serve. Souls is there. Sexton down with the setup. And Ellis puts it over. It's tipped away. And the Hawks will hit it in. Souls was in the area. And timeout will be called by the Warriors. The 8-2 start. Seems after the first set, the Warriors just haven't been able to keep up with the Hawks in different aspects of the game. Let's look at the third set here. So Warriors hitting percentage, it's not great, and Chowan's is pretty awesome. And Warriors already with 2 attack errors, and Chowan 1. The Warriors also have 2 blocks. They've had several blocks here tonight. That has been a positive to take away from this. But so far, positives are not quite getting them in this ball game just yet. Now the teams return to the court. Ponte gets ready to serve this. Here's a serve. Ponte puts it over. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup. Holford. And she gets denied by Putnam. Now 9-2 ball game. Here's a serve. Byers is there. And Sexton and Bass were both there. And now the Hawks try to score this one. Holford was there. Souls. Now to Bass, and that will be hit back over by the Hawks. And both Ellis and Sexton were there. And Holford will block it back. So that'll be a Warrior point. It looked like several times there were some miscommunications between some of the Warriors, but they were able to get the point there, though. Byers checks out, and Brown's checked in. There's a serve from Sexton, and that'll be an ace. That'll be the first ace of the night for the Warriors. That could be potential momentum mover. We'll see what they can do with it. Here's a serve from Sexton. Now the Hawks with the setup and down the middle. Maybe a little bit to the right, but there's no contest. There's a serve. Ellis is there. Sexton with the setup. Back to Ellison. That'll be a Warrior point, and that was a double hit. Now it's 10-5. There's the serve. Now the setup from the Hawks, and now a hit out off the Warriors. And Souls will come back in. Holford checks out. Now there's a little bit of delay there. I don't know what for, but Ellis puts it over. Now the Hawks put it over again. Sexton was there. Souls, now Bass. Now the Hawks will try to set something up on that far side. He gets blocked way back. That'll be a point for Chowan. They hit it back on Chowan's side, but a little too far. There's the serve. Souls is there. Sexton now, the pass, and they'll go off the ceiling. The Hawks are still alive. They put it down the middle, and that'll hit the net near the candy. I'm going to call it candy cane. It's the red and white pole. I know there's a name for it, but it looks like a candy cane. It's time for Christmas season anyways. So Ellis hits it. And then Bass gets it over to Young. Now the Hawks with set up down the middle. Souls is there. Sexton with the setup to Ellis, and it gets knocked into the middle of the court. And Sexton makes a diving effort for it. That'll be a point for Chowan. And a timeout by the Warriors. We'll talk this one over. It is 14-5 right now. Just not finding any momentum at all for the Warriors, and Chowan's doing a great job at the net.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend, one who believes that good times call for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
So we'll get to honor our two seniors here at Southern Wesleyan University, Jesse Souls and Ashlyn Holford. So stick around after the match to see that celebration. So the teams return to the court. There's serve, Ellis. Now Sexton. And Souls, Young puts it over. Souls is there. Sexton with the setup to Brown, and she's going to drop it in. As it got tipped by the Hawks. Now Pino will serve this here in a second. Here's a serve. And it goes off of Aponte, and Chowan is not able to put this back over the net. And so now the Warriors trim the lead just a little bit, back to 7. There's a serve. And that'll be an ace. As Pino is giving the Warriors some life here. There's the serve. Now the Hawks try to put it back over. Pino is there. They're going to say it was a double hit from Pino. But wait. I am quite confused. But it's okay. So Pino serves it over. And that'll be scored by the Hawks. Now 15-9 score. There's a serve. Souls is there, gets off the ceiling. Sexton passes it to Brown, and Brown will score it. And now Byers will check in, and Brown will check out. And it seems there's a wet spot on the floor. So we'll take a short second here before Byers serves. And here she goes. 15-10 is the score. Gets over. And hits the net, but gets it over. Sexton with the setup to Bass. And a great effort there by the Hawks. And that will go off for Pino. So now 16-10 as the Hawks make a double substitution. Putting in Ortega and Galero. And Byers, she keeps it alive as it goes to Souls, but the Warriors put it back over, and that will go off for Souls. There's a serve from Ortega. Byers is there. Sexton with the setup to Young. Young puts it over. And then that will hit in for the Hawks, excuse me. I'll have my words sometimes. Now 18-10 is the score. Pio's there. Sexton with the setup to Bass, and she put that down. It will go off of a Hawk defender for a Warrior point. And Justice Souls now with the serve. She puts it over. The Hawks put it back over. Pino's there. Sexton with the setup to Holford. Now Hawks will try again. And that'll go off of Pino. And the Hawks makes a substitution. Coming in now is Alexa Lyons for the Hawks. Pino's there. Souls passes it forward to Holford. And now the Hawks get this over. Sexton with the setup. Amber Bass, it gets blocked. She gets right back to it. Holford puts it over. And now that'll be hit out. Warriors get the point. Here's the serve. It goes off the net. Take it with the setup. And Bass keeps it alive. Ellis hits it back towards play. And that'll be blocked by Holford. And that was 4 hits. And so now the Warriors get back-to-back points. Here's the serve. Now Hawks will score that one. That was in front of Byers. There's the serve. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup to Holford. And the Hawks keep it alive. Now it's set up. And it will drop in for the Hawks. Now 21-13. Another serve here for Aponte. That'll be out. Now actually Sexton will serve. Now the Hawks, they get blocked. They keep it alive, and now another attempt gets over the block. Ellis to pass over to Sexton, and she'll put it over. And now a block by the Warriors. And Ellis gets blocked as well. So that was number 24, Putnam. There's a serve. Bass is there. Sexton with the setup to Holford. And she'll score it. That was tipped out. So here comes the serve from Holford. The Hawks with the setup. And Sexton's there. Holford keeps it alive, and Bass hits it over, but it will go out. Now 2 points away from a set point, or game point, I better say. There's a serve. Souls is there. Sexton puts it over. And now go over the block attempt. Now we got a game point here for Chowan. Here's the serve. Bass is there. And Sexton kept it alive for a second, but they're going to say it went under, and that's going to be the game. Thank you all for tuning in. But we got one more thing before we go, as our seniors will be honored here in just a second. Stay tuned as this game is over, and that will improve Chowan's record to 7-20, and the Warriors will now go to 1-19 on the season. Just a second, we'll get the senior night festivities underway. This time, we would like to take time to honor our amazing senior class, their dedication to the Southern Wesleyan University volleyball program in the university. Let's meet our seniors. Ashton Holford is the daughter of Phil and Wendy Holford. Escorting her tonight is her mother, Wendy, sister Madison Holford, and Jimmy Dean, a.k.a. Mr. Link. Ashlyn hails from Easley, South Carolina. She attended Pickens High School and played for Carolina One Volleyball Club. She is a pre-med major and will be graduating in May. After graduation, Ashlyn plans to attend physician's assistant school to obtain a master's degree. She would like to work in an ER in the future. Ash has become a force at the net during her career. She totals 240 kills, 89 blocks with a season-high performance at Erskine, earning 16 kills and 3 blocks, hitting .519, with still more to come. Coach Ronica comments on Ashlyn. It has been amazing to see Ashlyn grow both on and off the court during her 4 years at SWU. She has come out of her shell and has become a great team leader. It has been amazing to see her become a force to be reckoned with. I know she will carry this same tenacity in her next phase of life. Thank you for all you've done for SWU Volleyball. You will be missed. Next is number 2, Jessie Souls. She's the daughter of Steve and Kelly Souls. Her parents could not be here tonight as they are both on the job serving our country. We thank them so much for their sacrifice. Escorting Jessie tonight is the Holford family. Jessie came to SWU from nearby Pickens, South Carolina. She too attended Pickens High School and competed for Carolina One Volleyball Club. Jessie is a media communications major. After graduation, Jessie would love to work for a professional sports team, doing media, graphics, and design. During her time on court, Jessie has shown her versatility, playing many positions. She has become the libero mainstay for the Warriors. Over her career, Jessie has tallied 500 digs, 24 aces with a season-high performance of 20 digs versus King. Coach Ronica comments on Jessie. It has been my pleasure to coach Jessie these past 4 years. She is a true competitor. She is also a wonderful, outstanding leader. She is a multi-talented young woman with many amazing skill sets. I cannot wait to see her bring these gifts to her next endeavor. Thank you for all you've done for SWU Volleyball. You will be missed. These young women have been a part of amazing accomplishments during their time here at Southern Wesleyan University. It was so cool to see high school and club teammates continue their journey here at SWU. They're an amazing dynamic duo. They have made an impact both on and off the court during their 4 years at SWU. They have been an NCAA academic team each year, boosting a 3.54 team GPA. They have made an impact in the community, volunteering at elementary schools, doing free clinics, and helping maintenance around campus, just to name a few. Their accomplishments and impact will live on, continue to grow here at SWU. Well done, Warriors. Let's get on our feet and cheer one last time for these amazing ladies. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our senior night celebration as well as the volleyball match. We appreciate it here on the SWU Sports Network. And stay tuned tomorrow. We got another match with the Warriors as they play, I believe, Barden. And so we'll see you next time here on the SWU Sports Network. Appreciate you all tuning in. And y'all have a good night.